Alright, Disciples of YouTube turn 7. Let's see what exciting things have happened. Ulm attacked Pantocrator's Legacy, wiped him out with their Infantry of Ulm. I'm gonna watch this, because I just like watching Infantry of Ulm go in on people. They're just so annoyingly tough. It's hilarious. So he's got a bunch of flail guys, some shield guys up front to absorb arrows, presumably, although frankly, the flail guys absorb arrows pretty well with protection 19. And they're going ahead of the shields anyway, but watch this. Whack, whack. The infantry just pile up on top of the infantry of Ulm and get beaten to death, just clubbed mercilessly until they flee. There we go. Unexpected event in Old Forest. Ooh, 12 blood slaves. That's kind of nice. In Nardago, we've got my little gang of dudes here, all going after Vanheim. So this is Vanheim Province defense. This is actually a reasonable amount of Vanheim Province defense. I think this is more than 6. Might be 11. And he's got 1 wounded unblessed Van. So this is not going to go well for him. It looks like I missed 1 Anakite with my blessing. That Anakite has a limp. That Anakite has a never healing wound. I think I looked at this last turn. Okay. But in any case, that 1 Van is rethinking his life choices as the Anakites come in to stab him to death. Yep, there he goes. And now the Anakites go in and murder everyone. With trivial ease. Just like they're supposed to. Great. So, yep, no casualties. And in Haloma, good old Wilberpost the Lenormand went in with his Quickness Blood Surge Blessing to fight, again, a surprising quantity of province defense. But not enough to stop Wilberpost, I don't think. He's casting Twist Fate on himself. Okay. And then he's going to go in. Boom. All dead. Boom. All dead. Boom. Boom. Yeah, he gets 6 attacks and the Dragon Gas. Well, I guess it's only 5 attacks and the Dragon Gas, technically, but still, he gets a lot of... He does a lot of damage. With quickness, a quickness Lenormand is nothing to sneeze at. So, we are now officially charging on into Vanheim's territory. There's 10 units there. That's free of enemy units. That is Vanheim's castle. Let's use Ofer. Let's get Ofer over there. He's not going to be able to take a province this turn, but honestly, I'm not thinking I'll need much more. 25 fort province defense might actually take down these guys, so Roger Addison is going to dip sideways to Scraw Point. We're going to get 6 province defense there. It might have only been 6 province defense, I guess. Down here, we've got my first Ahiman-led expansion party. We're going to set them in a line formation. The Ahiman is going to cast Blessing twice, and then he's going to attack closest with his gang of hoodlums. So, there we go. We're starting to recruit another one. Resources I'm very much negative on, so we're going to kick that Ahiman off. No, we'll keep the Ahiman. So, now the question will be, does Enosh need to go north to help? And I think the answer is no. I think Enosh can start maintaining expansion, because I do need to maintain expansion speed. It's turn 7. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 provinces. That is unacceptably slow for Ashdod. Ashdod needs to do better than that. I should have taken 2 provinces last turn and 3 provinces this turn. Instead, I'm missing out on a couple here, which is like, I mean, it happens. It's understandable. I could speed things up a little bit if I didn't recruit this Adon. In fact, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to recruit... Yeah, I'm going to get 4 Anakites and a Kohen to form another expansion party that can hit another province. Should I do that? Yeah, I am. I'm going to go down here and hit that Wolf Tribe. This party will hit the Bone Tribe and then this province, because it has crossbows that I'll want to take out. That is Mictlan. And I bet this province is also owned by Mictlan. So we'll kind of have to see where we want to go with that. This is a Jade Amazon province. Jade Amazons aren't terribly, terribly valuable. That is Ariu. Why can I see Ariu? I don't have vision. Oh, because Ulm's scout is up here by Ariu. Okay, interesting. So, they are in support range, but they're a little further apart than we are, it looks like. So they're not quite as supportive as the two of us, because I am absolutely extremely supportive of my disciple. Thank you very much. We've got our little duder here. And I'm thinking I can build a fort in Kasevik Highlands starting next turn. Might require me to slow down on Anakite production, but that'll be fine. I'll get another expansion party out this turn, and then I'll probably take the time to build that fort. And in the meantime, Roger Addison and Og... Actually, I don't even need Roger Addison. Well, I'll keep Roger Addison moving around with them just to kind of be there. Like, you know, he's going to be there for the troops. He'll distract attention. If somebody goes and kills Roger Addison, it won't be a huge loss. And this independent commander will move up here to Kasevik Highlands and build me a fort there. Because it has slightly higher resources, and resources I do need. This place has higher recruitment points, and would also have good resources, but I do also want to get a fort in Vokan. So I don't really want to build a fort right there. Instead, I'll just draw the resources off towards Kasevik Highlands. And incidentally, I will protect this mist-covered highlands with a fort. Eventually, I will also want, of course, to fort the Promised Land. But that's taking a secondary place right now to taking over all of Vanheim's provinces to make sure that he can't recruit much. Now, this says the province is free from enemy military units. That is a lie. This province is full of elves, which are invisible. So, have to keep an eye on that. This army, likewise, is full of elves that I can't see because they are invisible. Yeah, I think I'm going to dodge that elf army. If they attack me, they're going to run into Ofer and his 7 Anakites. And 7 Anakites can absolutely thrash this army unless it has just an unlikely quantity of Vans in it. Gonna make sure to contact Nasajin and tell him not to go out of his dominion with Wilberpost. If Wilberpost is in Dominion, like in Haloma here, then I'm pretty sure he can take a significant quantity of Vans with his multiple attacks and his Blood Surge. If he's outside of Dominion, he would probably get wrecked by Rainbow Blessed Vans. I can't say words. So, 3 more turns to enchantment level 3. We're not recruiting mages yet. We will not be recruiting mages until probably turn 13 or 14. We might start recruiting a mage soon, actually. We might recruit a Zamzumite or 2 to go around, or possibly a couple of Emites to go around site searching. But that will be still for the future. I could recruit 2 human slingers, or 2 human slaves if I wanted to. Couldn't recruit any giants because I have only 15 resources left. Could I recruit some Gileadites? I could recruit 4 Sheshai Anakites and 2 Gileadites instead of 3 Sheshais and an Ahuman. But I think having an Ahuman would be more useful than having 2 Gileadites. If for no other reason than because the Gileadites would be left behind when I quickened the other Anakites. So, that'll be fine. This will be the turn. I will see you in turn 8, where we will keep the pressure up on Vanheim and also expand our little empire yet further. So, take care. Okay, Disciples of YouTube turn 8. Let's start with the unexpected events. We lost 930 people in Nardego, and we got misfortune in Vokan. That's okay. Meanwhile, in Furia, the Anakite train never stops. Now, these are Bone Tribe. They can do damage to us, especially because they berserk and so don't rout. But I don't think they're going to manage it. I just don't think they're going to manage to actually kill any of us. They are going to raise skeletons, but think our blessed Anakites will do the business. Looks like I missed one there, and one of my Anakites has gone berserk. But we will... I think we're going to do the business. Yep. Yeah, going berserk is a problem, except when it's Anakites who pretty much kill anybody they hit. As you can see, we're not suffering much. We are taking damage, but we're not suffering much. There we go. So we've killed off the Bone Tribe. Now, there was a battle in Nardago, and that was Eryu attacking us. So this is a single Sihi Lord with a Rabbit Foot Charm attacking directly into our Anakite expansion party. Oh, how lucky. Oh, you picked the wrong province to attack, Pony II. I'm sorry, but you done fucked up. What's Eryu's blessing again? Oh yeah, it's entirely minor non-incarnate blesses. Poison resistance, fire resistance, defense skill, magic decay weapons, reinvigoration, magic resistance, HP, blood surge, and combat speed. But yeah, this is going to go badly for him. To be fully honest. He's cast Bark Skin on himself, so he's kicked his protection up to 18. And he's preparing to cast Flight to attack rear. I would guess. Looks like... yeah, he got distracted, attacking the infantry, and the Anakites just straight murdered him. Yep, he didn't get any kills. Too bad. In the Misty Bog, Ulm has gone to attack some lizards. He's got entirely flail infantry of Ulm against lizard warriors. Now, lizard warriors do actually hit hard enough to hurt regular infantry of Ulm on the reg. So let's see how this goes. He's put Curse on them. Yeah, the lizard warriors are giving these infantry of Ulm the business pretty hard. Lizard warriors are honestly tough. They get 2 attacks each, and their attacks are at fairly high levels. Now, they've still routed, just as the infantry of Ulm routed, but unfortunately, this shaman and the guys with him did not rout. So, it looks like Ulm has failed expansion again. Okay. That's fine. We'll be fine. In Bell, meanwhile, Ulm is attacking with a slightly more robust party against significantly less dangerous opposition. So I think they'll come out of this one all right. Yep, those infantry of Ulm are just beating the crap out of their opponents. So there we go. Alright, so Eryu did try to handle me, but failed. It's interesting that they attacked Nardago. So they must have already been sneaking through somewhere. Okay, interesting. So we've already got 4 Anakites here. We're going to cut off some of those guys so that we can start building a giant palisades. Yeah, let's start building the giant palisades right here. Now, Ophir. Let's grab that. Roger Addison is over here with 3 Anakites in Scraw Point. Did I not see the battle in Scraw Point? I didn't see the battle in Scraw Point. I forgot to look at that one. Let's look at this one. So we've got Roger Addison, and we've got 3 Anakites and some random infantry. On the other side, we have, this looks like Vanheim's 2nd Army. So they've got a mounted commander. They've got some vans, another Van Hearse, and then pretty heavy province defense. So they successfully anticipated where I was going. And they laid in, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, plus a couple of Huskarls, plus 6 heavy cavalry. So this is probably like 18 or 20 points of province defense, I think. So they tried to lay a province defense trap, along with their expansion party of vans that they have blessed up. But I don't think they quite anticipated they just don't have an answer to the Anakites, to be fully honest. See, the vans are attacking rear here, but that just means that they're going to end up fighting Anakites. They've got this Gileadite in a bad way. They just killed my Cohen, but Roger Addison is off here to the side, and the Vans are murdering... The Sheshai Anakites, I'm sorry, are murdering the Vans. Despite the fact that 2 of them have limps, and 1 has a never-healing wound. They're just not stopping. These heavy infantry have routed because we killed the Vanhurst and all the commanders, I think. Nope, that mounted commander just routed instead of being killed. But it's, you know... The Anakites won it for me. Look at that, 35 kills. I did lose my Cohen, but I kept Roger Addison, and I once again killed a Vanhurst, 2 Valkyries, 5 Vans, and the province defense. So, that I believe is most of Vanheim's armed forces. Like, they do not have much left. Now, I do want to put them under siege. I'm not going to put them under siege. I'm not going to be able to hold them under siege with much. But Enosh just found a library and a Windspire. So all of a sudden, my research, as soon as I build something here, is now efficient. I can also recruit Bone Raiders here, who can give me the Death Air and the Death Earth crosspaths. I already have Death crosspaths, but being able to recruit more Death Mages is never bad. You can also recruit Bone Tribe themselves here, and Bone Tribe are not bad units at all, especially Bone Tribe Beast Hunters. With their Berserker and the Spatums, they end up attacking with attack 14 and 21 damage, which is honestly pretty solid. I don't have hardly any recruitment points here, unfortunately, but... So, yeah, actually, to be frank, I'm not going to start building a palisade here. Invo is actually going to move up this way. Let's move Invo up there. Roger Addison. Now, these Anakites without a blessing won't do nearly so well. They'll still do well, don't get me wrong, but not quite so well. Vanheim is recruiting Huskarls and Herdmen. That must be most of their recruitment. We're not going to stop recruiting Anakites. Let's get a commander down here to move over here and start a fort. Enosh. Ooh, baby, that is a fantastic province. I mean, that's really I love finding libraries, finding sages as Ashdod. Ooh, boy, 85 gold for 15 research. Yeah, buddy. That will help me out tremendously. Eriu is recruiting bards. I guess for research? To be honest, bards aren't... Yeah, they're research. And they're stealthy. They are spies, which is nice. And they are quite stealthy. But, so they got that going for them. I don't know. In his position, I think I'd be pumping out Sea Lords and Tuathas. Because, I don't know that bards are going to help very much. But to be fair, I don't think much will help very much against the Anakites at this point. The Anakites are not stopping for anything. Yeah, I could start to build a fort here. I would worry that it would be interrupted, to be honest. So I've got 4 Anakites and Lotan. So they can hold an attack closest. He can... Didn't I save that? Yes, I did. So, Lotan will go, let's say, this way. Enosh. I do want to take that province, but maybe not with Enosh. Let's take Enosh over there. Let's actually send Lotan north over here, and then he can maybe take out the Amazons and take this province from Eriu. 575 gold. Let's not recruit you. Let's get 2 Ahimans. And should I start building that fort? Yeah, let's start building that fort. Roger Addison with his 3. The question at this point is, should I push my luck? Ofer, I think, is probably going to go besiege Vanheim. He won't be able to take it, although the Anakites he will probably start doing damage to the walls, because each of them has siege strength 4. And the Edomites even have siege strength 2. So this is still like... almost 30. This is 30 siege strength. So he will damage the walls very slightly, but the point is just to keep them pinned up inside. To keep him from recruiting. Because if I keep this locked down, Vanheim can't make any money because money has to go to a fortress, and they can't recruit at all. So let's move Roger Addison in there as well. Roger Addison can hold the siege with some of the units, while Ofer takes some of the units and keeps expanding around Vanheim. Keeps taking all of Vanheim's places. Enosh will keep expanding down this way. Lotan will move over here, take this province, and maybe start pushing Eriu. And we will keep churning the Anakites out. And, of course, we're starting our fortress turn 8. Not a bad time to start a fort. The risk here is that it will be, you know, taken by a Sihi Lord who's going to come through here from Eriu to try and help. But I think I've probably got it pretty much locked down. It's a gamble. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's too much of a gamble, and it requires giving up too much here. So let's instead just pump out Anakites, get another Adon in the works. Stop you. Yeah, just Sheshai's for now. And 140 gold, only 31 resources. Yeah, let's work on 5 of them. Well, we can't work on him because we don't have enough holy points. Then while we're waiting, we will also get a Gileadite. Or should we get some human slaves? Let's get a Gileadite. So we'll keep doing that. 2 turns away from enchantment 3. After this expansion party, after this Adon, I think we should have enough. So next turn, we will have a commander here. We'll move him down there. So that's turn 9 commander. Turn 10, move down here and start building the fort. Turn 10, we might be able to start 2 forts, depending on what our income looks like then. Taking this province will increase our income by a lot. Taking that province would also increase our income. I'd also like to start a fort over here. Actually. Never mind all this. Start the fort over here. Yeah, because that will be much harder for them to raid, and that will defend the Throne of War. So, great. We'll do that there. Those Sihi Lords can't really be stopped by reasonable amounts of province defense, so we'll just leave it at 6. They might potentially be stopped by Rephite commanders, although unlikely. They're likely to be able to kill Rephite commanders, but we'll siege Vanheim. We will take this province with our Anakites here. We're actually going to start them back so that they're not in crossbow range right at the start of the fight, so that they can buff up without being shot at by crossbows, so they can get their blessings cast. And we will move somebody down here to build a lab as soon as possible so that we can start recruiting sages. We would need a lab and a temple for bone readers. It's not a bad idea to recruit bone readers. I mean, the Death Earth crosspath and the Death Air crosspath are both pretty cool. If nothing else, bone readers can serve as relatively cheap site searchers, especially because they're also sacred. That said, I can recruit Emites that have a chance of having the same path and also have a chance of having 2 death. Like, Emites are better, but they're also 100 gold upkeep per year, whereas bone readers are 52 upkeep per year. So you can see why I might want 1 or 2. In terms of mage recruitment, it might be time to start recruiting mages. Not this turn, but possibly next turn, is what I'm thinking. Could recruit an Edomite. Nah. We'll just get the Gileadites. Not going to bother recruiting any human slaves or anything either. Mr. Ed is just going to keep on researching, providing all the research we have or need. And from there, we will progress. This whole thing against Van is going very well. Vanheim just has no answer to the Anakites. He really doesn't. And, you know, it can't be expected that he would, to be fully honest. They're just it's hard to have an answer to Anakites, to be honest. They're tough. That's why I'm using them in this way. But so we're going to Wilbur Post stayed here just for one turn. We talked about that just to make sure that somebody didn't besiege me. But now he, I think, is going to start trekking home in order to start forging things, because Ulm just hit construction level 2. So, yeah, everything is going peachy keen. My expansion is still slow by Ashdod standards. I mean, it's turn 8. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 provinces. Criminally slow for Ashdod. But we'll get back up to speed pretty quickly here. And then things should be going alright. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in turn 9. Okay, Disciples of YouTube, turn 9. Let's see how the Anakites have done. Well, we took Vanheim, that's for sure. Let's view the battle. So, we've got our Anakites here, our proud little Anakite square, up against just province defense, it looks like. Yeah, I think this is all just province defense. Human Huskarls, nothing else too impressive. I wonder, I don't think I got them all blessed. See, these guys are not blessed back here. Well, that one is, he's just limping. But all these guys are, and that is going to be enough, I think. So, in go the Anakites, doing their murder. He's casting Steel Breath, which inflicts fatigue, but they just cannot deal with the Anakites. It's just, yeah, that's a thing that happened. I might even kill this Vanhurst. I might get to him before he runs. Nope, he ran. Okay, so, no casualties, 71 kills. Sheshai Anakites, man, they are not to be fucked with. In Kasevik Highlands, I've never seen this event before. The Shamans of the Wolf Tribe have sent a delegation to the local governor presenting a somewhat ambiguous gift. So I got an effigy of war, which increases perceived army size. I mean, that's kind of hilarious. I'll take it. I'll take that. That's fine. Battle in... Okay, so... Worldwide event. The time of strife brought by the Throne of War has ended. Okay, that's fine. And Enosh now has extraordinary agility. Oh, great. Better attack and defense? That's fantastic. Anyway, battle in Omiya. I think we can guess how this one went. The Ahiman Anakite is standing out front. Let me at him, coach. I'm ready to play. Let me at him. Let me at him. You missed yourself, Enosh. There you go. Now you got it. So the crossbows are firing, but they're mostly missing because we're just running so dang fast. You missed this one other Anakite, Enosh. Come on, get with the program, please. I need you to be better than that. I mean, you're doing fine. You already have, what? Yeah, you already have 11 kills. You're doing alright. This one Sheshai Anakite just charging it alone like, I'll kill you all. And he probably would, if his buddies didn't catch him up. So, there we go. Yep, 10 kills for the Adon, 8 for the one Ahiman Anakite, and 34 for the 5 others. Let's look at Ulm's battle real quick. Ulm's battles, rather. Going into the Lizard province once again. Not many of them left. He's just going to charge forward and smack him with his flails, I think. Yep, that appears to be the plan. Just smacking him with flails. Yep, there you go. Flails, smacked. Not a problem. In Ligria... There we go. For a second there I thought it frozen. In Ligria, it looks like we've got mercenaries or something, or just independent units fighting the lizards. Recruiting independent archers against lizards is actually a pretty good idea since they have almost no protection. Not sure this is going to work out well, though. those heavy infantry. Well, nope, they did it. I'm actually a little bit surprised. But, hey, it worked. There you go. Only 3 casualties. And Hexwoods. This is Ulm National Troops. That's his original army up against a big old pile of Deer Tribe. And I don't anticipate this being an issue, to be honest. Oh, that Barbarian Chief got somebody. But the flails here are just going to whack these guys to death. The Deer Tribe warriors cannot stand up against the flails. They can do a little bit of damage, but not all that much. So, that's that. Deer Tribe's gone. Some casualties, 5 casualties among the infantry of Ulm that time, but that's alright. So, the walls are hardly damaged at all. More time is required to break them down. That's fine. What I've done here is I have now taken Vanheim out of the game. I mean, they just can't do anything at this point. At this juncture, they are pretty much valueless. And so long as I keep enough troops here to maintain that... Now, I won't be able to bless them if I... Well, I should leave Ophir is what I should do. So let's leave Ophir there, and Roger Addison, because these are defenseless provinces. So Roger Addison will go start taking Vanheim's other provinces one by one. Over here, we've got Lotan with his 4 units. And Lotan is going to go take... Yeah, we're going to leave that for right now. Lotan is going to go take Forest of the Lost. And he's all set up, right? Yes, he's all set up. Excellent. Meanwhile, Enosh. Can Enosh hit that in one turn? No, because it's snowing. Yeah, that's right. That's a 55 income province. That's a 103 income province. Ooh, baby. But these guys are going to go, I'm not sure where exactly. Start getting another Adon here. And 4 Sheshais. So we'll have a pretty significant recruitment party, expansion party rather, next time. When this Adon comes out. I am definitely shifting towards Adons because I'm sure Eru is going to try to start assassinating people. You know, or well, I say assassinating. What I mean is they can actually assassinate, I think. Not nation overview. Banshees are stealthy, but they're not assassins. Bards are stealthy as well. They're spies. No, I guess they can't assassinate unless they break into blood. But still, they're stealthy. So I'm sure they're going to be sneaking around trying to take provinces, and they're going to try to be using their Sea Lords, their thug chassis, to hit people with attack rear commands and flight. So I want to be using Adons as much as possible, as opposed to priests, because the priests are vulnerable to that sort of thing. While they are giants and tough, and when quickened they do get 2 attacks and have reasonable defense skill, they have very low protection, and so they're very vulnerable to just being outright stabbed to death, in a way that Adons just aren't. Adons are not very vulnerable to being stabbed to death, because they are basically Anakites plus. Their only downside, really, is that their crowns give very little head protection, but they have natural protection, so even so, they still end up with 9 protection on the head, which isn't awful, it's just not great. Horse Tribe Cavalry and Heavy Infantry. Not certain. Yeah, let's take this. He's not a level 3 priest anyway, so he couldn't claim that. Athel will move down here. Next turn we should be able to start that fort. We've got that giant palisade underway. It's going to take 3 months, so what I need to do is... I'm recruiting an Adon. I'm going to want a lab and a temple up here ASAP in order to start pumping out mages. Unfortunately, I don't have any free mages or priests at the moment because, well, okay, so maybe what I should do instead of an Adon, let's get 1 more priest. Yeah, Yeah, that would give me an expansion party there. And then next turn... Let's make it this... Okay, so if I recruit a priest, then I can send out a 6 Anakite expansion party again next turn. If I recruit a mage this turn, then I can... If I recruit an Emite or a Rephite sage... probably an Emite. If I recruit an Emite this turn, then I can... Then I have to wait until next turn to send out the expansion party, but it's larger. But I get my mage out a turn ahead of time. It's going to take 2 turns to move up there. You know what? Let's get the priest out. Next turn we'll get an Emite and another priest, and so we'll have 2 expansion parties. In the meantime, let me swap a couple of those out for Ahiman Anakites, and we will proceed that way. So next turn we'll have 6, 4 of whom will be Ahimans. We will send them out with this Kohen. Mr. Ed's still researching doggedly towards Enchantment 3. Can you forge any magic items? You can, actually. I mean, I could put armor on my... I could forge slave collars also. I could put black steel plate on my Kohens. And that would actually make them extremely durable. Or fairly durable. They'd still be vulnerable to head hits, but having 17 protection on top of their 35 hit points, and yeah, that might actually that might be interesting. That would be an interesting counter to the assassination attempts, because then with these quarterstaffs, because they'll have defense 14 when they are quickened, and they'll get 2 attacks at attack 12, doing 25 bludgeoning damage. I mean, if 1 or 2 cavalry attacked them, they could actually probably kill them. Interesting thought. That is a very, very interesting thought. Not gonna do it this turn, I don't think, because I do want to hit enchantment. Yeah, I do want to reach enchantment. Well, I mean, it doesn't give me anything in particular. It gives me Revenants and Raised Skeletons, which is like the first death combat spell that's worth a shit. Well, not the first one. The first one is probably... The first one is Hand of Death, but that's difficult to use. Boy, I'm gonna have to think about that one. But yeah, that's a thought. That's definitely something that I could be doing. But Enosh will take a province, Lotam will take a province, Roger Addison will take a province, while Ophir stays here with 6 Anakites to hold the siege down. Honestly, I could do it with 5. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send the gimpy ones. Well, I mean, I could keep the gimpy ones. It's not like I'm worried about being attacked. You're a gimp, aren't you? Battle Fright, you go berserk so it doesn't matter. You're good, you're healthy, you're healthy. You're limpy, that's fine, you stay here. You have a never healing wound, so you stay here. You have a limp. The limping ones definitely can stay, because they won't need to advance. The enemy will be coming to them. You can see the Anakites are definitely racking up afflictions. It happens, especially with Sheshais that have lower protection. They take damage over time, they rack up afflictions. It just doesn't matter much, because afflictions like Battle Fright don't matter because they go berserk, and afflictions like limps, I mean, they slow them down, but that only means that the murder lasts longer. So 5 here, and 5 going with Roger Addison. That seems fine. If he tries to break out, he can't have much by way of recruitment. I mean, I think he has like 20 units inside, and the fact is there's a sharp limit in terms of 53 siege strength, which is what I had last turn. 53 siege strength was slowly breaking down the walls. Now, his fortifications have naturally, you know, some siege defense. Like, this fort has siege defense 24 from just the fort defenders that come with it. And actually, that's also counting these Ahiman Anakites. So his walls probably have like 15 siege defense or so. Because that's a castle. Yeah, I'm a giant castle. Okay, so his walls probably have about 15 siege defense natively. So his troops inside there, he can't have more than about... Because what was it? 53 siege strength. He probably had about 15 siege defense naturally from the castle. So he can't have more than... he could theoretically have about 50 units in there, but I don't think he does. And he can't have more than a couple of mages, because it's turn 9. I've already killed 3 of his mages. He can't be... he's only recruiting 1 per turn. So... yeah. He can't have more than 5 mages left in the world. Poor Vanheim. I kind of feel bad about this in a way, because from this team's perspective, this is going to be terrible for the video, because they're also... of course, every team is recording this, I believe. But, on the other hand, like, this is what Ashdod does. I mean, the Anakite Rush is infamous for this reason. There was nothing... I mean, there was something Vanheim could have done. Vanheim could have taken an Awake Pretender with a really powerful Bless. And that would have helped a lot. It probably would have stopped this cold in its tracks. If he'd had, like, a big Awake Expander or something, like a Thrice-Horned Boar that's big enough to trample Anakites, and if his Sacreds had had, like, a massive Blessing, he could have stopped this, probably. Or at least it would have been much, much harder. But as soon as I saw that his troops had a minor, dormant, or imprisoned Blessing, I just said, okay, well, here we go. I mean, this is what it is. We're just gonna rush in and kill him. And that's what I'm doing. Like, there's not much else to say about it, to be fully honest. It is what it is. And if I don't do this as Ashdod, I'm kind of wasting my time. Because just regular expansion, I would run out of independence pretty quickly, and then I'd have to do this anyway. And I would be doing it in much less favorable circumstances. Because right now, by doing that, even if the god is dormant, I know the god isn't dormant because if your pretender god is dormant, then your disciple wakes up in half the time. That's how it works. The disciples wake up in half the time of the pretender god. So the disciple should have woken up at latest 2 turns ago if their god was dormant. So they gambled. This team really, really gambled. And they were already hampered because Eriu is not a very powerful nation. And like every other team in this game is freaking cancerous. So there's Satis. We found it. Because you've got Satis and Pangea, which is several different varieties of cancer. Sorry, you've got Ashdod and Ulm. And Ashdod is 2 provinces worth of cancer by itself. And then you've got Mictlan and Nazca, who are, baby, just rough. Very, very rough. Have I actually found Nazca? I don't think I have. I mean, I've seen this province over here, but we don't know where Nazca itself is. We found Mictlan, but... Anyway, although, interestingly, if you look at the titles, I noticed this last turn. If you look at the titles, the Hungry Earth, the Bloodlusting Lord, and the Man-Eater. That's high-level blood and moderate earth, is what that is. That's like blood over 6, and earth over 4, or something like that. There's no air there. So... I guess they didn't take thunder weapons, and they took a really high level of blood, which means, like, what, blood vengeance, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what blessing they're taking for that. Ooh, Waterfilled Cave. Interesting. It's an interesting question, because I just don't know what it is that team is doing. They're not doing what I expected. They're not doing what I would have expected them to do, which is take a huge meme bless that works on both Condors and Eagle Warriors and try to rush someone down. I mean, they might be trying to rush someone down, I don't know. But if so, it's not me. So, and it's not Vanheim and Eriu, because I'm up here and I don't see them. So it has to be, if they're trying to rush somebody down, it has to be Pangea or Satis. And I don't see any evidence that's what's happening. I mean, it might be, I guess, but I don't see any evidence of it. Rom is going to keep moving here, see if we can find Pangea. And we'll go from there. So I'll see y'all in turn 10, where the Giants will continue their conquest of the Earth. And I think we're doing pretty well. We're on track, I think, to have at least 20 provinces by the end of year 0, which is a decent place to be as Ashdod. And we will take that, and we will move forward into a bright and glorious, giant-dominated future. Pretty soon I'm going to start recruiting actual mages to get some actual research done, so it won't just be Mr. Ed the Talking Horse sadly reading books alone in his temple. Presumably he has the Cohens turning pages, since no hands. But, anyway. It'll be interesting to see what, if anything, Ariu comes up with this, because I've got Vanheim locked down. He won't be able to escape without help from Ariu. Now, help from Ariu might well come. There might be an Ariu army moving in right now, but in order to get here, it has to go through my provinces or these independents first, so I should see it coming. Even though the armies themselves are stealthy. Well, actually, no, that's not true, because they could sneak through these provinces without attacking. If they're using entirely stealthy units, they wouldn't necessarily have to take these provinces on the way. But basically, just by standing here with a pack of Anakites, I am causing immense economic damage. I've cut this team's income by a huge fraction. Vanheim is making no money right now. Unless they have a fort somewhere that I haven't seen, they can't draw income from anywhere. And of course, they can't recruit any mages or any commanders. They are still getting their gem income from their capital, but nowhere else if they have any more gem income. It's just a mess. I mean, Vanheim is basically eliminated just because this has happened to them. And even if they push me off at this point, they'll still have lost a turn of capital production, and I have more Anakites that will just swarm north and finish them off. So Vanheim ain't coming back from this unless Ariu gets me really, really good. Ariu can certainly raid me. I can't really stop that. Like, Elvish raiding is very, very hard to stop, but I don't see it being too much of a problem, to be fully honest. I can solve pretty much any problem at this stage of the game. I can solve pretty much any problem just by the application of like 10 more Anakites. I don't think there's an army out there that can stop 10 to 15 Anakites at this point in time, except for like this, except for like independent, you know, massive Throne Guardian squads. But in any case, I'll see you all in turn 10.